this is Corey Rogers, Vice President of Marketing for National Equipment Dealers. Today we're here in Georgia and we are at the Hyundai Product Center, and I'm standing next to Paul Ford with F&S Land Services. And Paul is taking a first-hand view of the new Hyundai Dozer. This is the HD100. There's also an HD130 that's coming to market very soon. National Equipment Dealers has ordered several of these machines, both of the 100 and the 130. And this is the first chance we've had to actually sit in the seat and operate this thing. And here at the Product Center, this is a great facility. We have the machine fully equipped with a 3D machine control system from Trimble. So he'll talk a little bit about his first experience and opinions of getting into this machine and operating it, and give us some ideas of how it compares against the competition. So hey Paul, tell us a little bit about your first impressions about this machine behind you, the HD100. What are your thoughts?
So the biggest thing as far as dozers this size, as most graders know, is visibility. That is a very key feature just across all dozers, whether you're fine grading with it, doing any kind of clearing with it, is just being able to see that blade, what the blade's doing. And that is the biggest thing that I noticed on this machine, is that the visibility is far superior to any other brand out there right now. You know, most of the time, the whole nose in the front, you can't really see the front of the blade. All you can really do is see the outside edges. On this machine back here behind us, you have visibility across the whole blade itself, to where it really helps you see what the blade's doing and what you need to do with the blade. So that's one of the main things that I've noticed about this machine itself. You can also, in the cab, fully adjust the functions of the blade, whether you want the operation of it to be fast or slow, fine-tuned or whatever. So I like that feature, to where you can adjust everything. It's a very smooth running machine, quiet, very fast if you want it to be. Overall, a good sound machine for something that size. I like it a lot.
Paul, how'd you get into this business? How'd you start out?
So I've been in business for myself going on 5 years now. Started prior to that working with other contractors, helping running crews and running equipment and stuff like that. So eventually got to where I wanted to do it for myself, just because I liked it so much, and that's where we're at today.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your business. Where are you located and what do you specialize in?
So my business, again, as stated in the beginning of the video, is F&S Land Services. We're based out of Commerce, Georgia. We specialize in all things land clearing and grading related, and we cover pretty much all of the North Georgia area.
Now, you've already bought some Hyundais from National Equipment Dealers.
I have. I've bought a couple excavators. Looking at the dozers now. I've been waiting on it to come out for a while. And they're probably one of the best dealers that I've ever dealt with as far as service goes. Service is a big thing for me. Being able to, if you need anything, have someone come out and help you as quick as possible, or if you need parts, that is my biggest thing is serviceability. Being able to contact any representative, your salesperson, get in touch with them with ease. Super good company to deal with, and I probably wouldn't go anywhere else.
Thank you for saying that. So as far as the excavators you purchased, which models do you currently own?
So I've had the 210, the Hyundai 210 model. I've had the 85. I currently have the 85 now. And they pretty much have excavators for every size, every need that you'd want to use one for. Like I said, that's another good thing about this company, is not all places have a facility like this to where you can come out and demo the equipment, kind of see what you like. They have different tiers to where you can come out and do the skid steers, the excavators, off-road trucks, and they don't rush you. You can play around with them all day if you want to, and that's one thing I like about this company, is you don't have to go rent the machine prior to using it. You can come out here for free. They don't charge you nothing. Super good guys to deal with. Half the time they'll bring you breakfast, take you out to lunch, and they just let you play on this equipment, ask all the questions you want to ask about it. So that's why I like dealing with them.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate your business and loyalty, and we appreciate you coming out and giving us your opinions about this HD100. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So you mentioned the visibility was great. You mentioned, to me, some things in the cab that really stood out to you. Talk to that.
So some stuff in the cab, obviously. So sitting in the operator seat, you got the screen in front of you. It's all touch screen. So everything's just right there at your fingertips. You can adjust the blade control, the speed, travel speed. I do like how it's got the adjustable armrests. You know, not all companies have that, to where you can adjust the armrest to your comfort. The seat's adjustable. It's got a lot of operator space in there, so for somebody that's tall like me, you got a lot of leg room, ton of leg room. You got all your operation features as far as the air conditioning controls and everything right here at your fingertips on the right hand side. I don't have really any complaints about it, to be honest with you. I figured I'd come out here and this would be kind of almost a new design and I'd have a lot of worries about it. And I don't. There's nothing that I can really nitpick about it that I can think of off the top of my head. It's a very quiet machine, very smooth machine. here, and it's very, very operator friendly. I would not be afraid to put a beginner operator in that machine and rock and roll with it. And like I said, even it being a 10-ton machine, a lot of this dirt out here is hard. It's been compacted numerous times, and for its weight comparison, it pushes the dirt very well and will be a very, very good fine grader.
I noticed you mentioned something about the blade shake he was just doing.
Yeah, so the blade shake on it, and what that is really helps get you loose material off the blade. I know a lot of times when the dirt's a little damp or stuff like that, a lot of stuff wants to stick to the blade. So the blade shake feature is really nice to help you get that loose material off the blade, to where at the end of the day, it's not as hard for you to clean the blade off. A lot of the other models don't have most of them have blade shake, but they don't all work as good and as quick and have as much vibration as this machine does. This machine really helps get the loose material off the blade very well.
When you compare this to a Cat or a Deere or a Komatsu, where would you rank this?
So as far as this machine size goes, it would be very comparable to a John Deere 650 as far as weight and stuff goes. This one does have a little bit more horsepower than the John Deeres do. I want to say the John Deeres come in at like 102 horsepower. This one's at 122, somewhere in there. A little bit heavier, about 2,000 pounds heavier. It's a very comparable to the John Deere 650, but the John Deere 650, I've demoed one of those before, and just some small features like the blade shake. The blade shake doesn't function as good as this machine does. The visibility on the John Deere 650 is not even in the same realm as what this one is. Like I said, on the most other models you can't hardly see except for the side corners of your blade. And just overall, this one moves quicker. You can be fast with it, you can be slow with it. It's very sensitive on the joysticks. You don't have a lot of slop on the joysticks like some of the other models do. I noticed on the John Deere 650, on your joysticks, moving the blade back and forth, you have a lot of movement in the joystick to get to where you want to be at. This one's really just a twitch of the wrist, and it's moving. You can be very fine-tuned grading with it, or you can come out here and hog dirt with it. I'm very impressed with it for the size the size machine this is.
Well, thanks for that information. Hey, let's walk around, point some of the things out to me that you've been talking about. So this does have full 3D machine control on it from Trimble. The machine comes in standard with 2D machine control from Hyundai, and then it's upgradable for the Trimble system. And I would assume that other systems like TopCon are also possible for it. But Trimble, I know that they've worked closely with Hyundai.
Yep. So one of the biggest things that I noticed right off the rip as soon as I got out here and stepped out of the truck is you can look at this front, the nose on this thing, and just see how much lower it is compared to the front window, compared to other models. I know a lot of times, like the Deere, they're way up here to where it totally blocks your view coming out of the front glass of the cab to where you can't see. But I would say if you're sitting in it on the Deeres, you can probably see this front corner about right here, but none of this up here is visible at all. So that is one of the main things that I like about this from a grading standpoint, as to where you can really see the whole blade itself. So that's definitely a big thing. And one other thing you'll notice, I guess, to help that feature or to help shrink the nose down on it, is they put the cooling system in the rear, to where it's not up front like most models are. And I would say, as far as concern, that would maybe be my only concern with it if you're doing a lot of land clearing. See, they put the cooling fan and everything in the rear on it to help have not have so much stuff up there in the front of the machine. So that might be my only concern with it, is if you're doing a lot of clearing with it or in the woods, you might have some trouble with some sticks getting up in here. But for a graded machine, which is what we would probably primarily use this for, not a major concern to me. Another thing that I like on it, as far as if you're wanting to clean up under the, get up under the cab itself, having to lift the cab up, as you can, they have 2 bolts under here, to where you got to pop them loose. And then it's all mechanical here as far as lifting the cab up, just a flip of the switch right there. And another good thing about this is everything's easy to get to. All your filters are accessible to get to, super easy to work on by looking at it. This is the LGP version on this one. So like I said, comparable to a Deere, this one's just a little bit heavier, probably by about 2,000 pounds. But we'll get up in the cab real quick.
I like that convenient step there.
It is. It is
that
very
common
nice.
on most of the other dozers?
Most of them, yeah, most of them come standard with that. So just sitting in the cab itself, like I said, you got plenty of leg room. I'm 6 foot, and I can just about stretch my legs completely out on this machine, so you're not cramped at all. As stated before, this one right now is set up with a Trimble system, so you do have your screen down here for the Trimble. It's not hooked up currently, but it is set up for it. You have your gauges and everything on here. All this is fully customizable to where however you want to lay it out, you can lay your gauges out a specific way if you want to, your camera out a specific way if you want to. And like I said, as far as operation features go, you can really come in here and adjust it to however you want to set it up. You know, whether you want to come in here and adjust your travel speed, you can adjust your blade sensitivity, your power mode. There's just so much customizable features on this machine that I really like. And like I said, you can these armrests here, if they're fully adjustable. You can adjust them however you want to adjust them.
You can take them out and throw them away.
You can take them out if you don't like them. But it's really nice. You're not stuck with just one position on them to where you're either up here or you're down super low. So that is one thing I like. The joysticks itself fit really well in the hand. They're pretty much they fit perfectly for my hands, and I got big hands. You got all your different features on these joysticks, whether you want your blade shake. It's got blade float on this button. You got your tilt options. Everything on your tilt and everything on your speed is all roller switches. So that's super nice. You don't have to sit there and click a bunch of buttons or anything like that. It's just all the roll of the thumb. You got your throttle over here, and all your features like your lights, your air conditioning, your park and brake, and everything like that. And everything is just so nice in here. The visibility is unreal in this machine. You can really see a full 360 outside the whole entire cab, to where if you didn't even have a camera system, I don't think you'd have to worry about not being able to see where you're going on this machine.
Another good thing is it's got a 3-year, 3,000-hour warranty, like all the Hyundais do.
Not most of the other competitors have good warranty packages, like I've noticed with Hyundai. That is another big thing on mine. When it comes to mine on stuff like that, is most of the other competitors are anywhere between 2-year, 2,000 hour, or just depends. But I've noticed that Hyundai and National Equipment, they really knock the ball out of the park as far as things like that go, and that is one of the reasons why I highly recommend and will continue to do service with them.
Well, I apologize that I'm sweating so much. It's hot here in Georgia in the middle of the summer, but we really appreciate you taking the time to consider the machine, to look at the machine, to come to the Hyundai product testing center and see it. We're just about 15 minutes north of where you're based out of, Commerce.
Yep.
And just an incredible facility. If you're in the Georgia area, or really any of our servicing areas in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Texas, we'd love to get you out here and get you on different machines from Hyundai. They've got everything from their smallest to largest wheel loaders. They've got their mini excavator series and lineup. They've got Trimble 3D machine control excavators that are enabled out here. I think there's a 220 and a 300 out here. A lot of testing machines. They do a lot of competitive testing out here, so you can in some cases, sometimes they'll have a competitive machine where you can actually get on it and try it side by side with a Hyundai and get a flavor for how good the Hyundai is in comparison to its competitors. Just a great facility and a great way to kind of see for yourself firsthand how the Hyundai operates.
That is another thing that I really like, is there's not another in this location close to me, there's not another facility that compares to this one out here. Like I said, you're not able, with other competitors, not able to go out and just test any machine you want to without renting it and having to bring it to a job site, or you can come out here and dig or push dirt or crawl all over the equipment if you want to. Thank you. And that's one thing I like about this, is you can really come out here and put some seat time in one, and really see what you think about it without having to spend your money to rent one, and decide you don't like it. I'm out here right now free of charge. Like I said, half the time the guys will bring you breakfast if you're here early. Half the time they'll want to take you out to lunch and just talk about how you feel about the machines you've tested. So really good people to deal with. So I would definitely recommend, if you're in the area or somewhat close by, to take a trip down here and hang out with the crew and run some cool equipment and see what you think.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us here at the Hyundai Product Center. We are just off I-85, just north of Commerce, Georgia, just south of, Carnesville. And just a great location. National Equipment Dealers currently has 19 locations. We just opened our newest location in Jacksonville, Florida. So we actually have 4 branches here in Georgia. We're located in Dallas, Georgia, which is just west of Atlanta. We've got a location in Macon, Georgia, in Douglas, Georgia, and in Savannah, Georgia. And we're getting ready to open a new location here off I-85, very close to the Hyundai Product Center. So we will soon have 5 branches here in Georgia to service our customers, and plan to take full advantage of this great facility. So if you're interested in more about National Equipment Dealers, please visit our website at www.nedealers.com. Thank you.